What's going on, Nakamas? It's your boy Mozy here, back with another episode of Mozy Reacts. On this episode of Mozy Reacts, I have episode 108 of One Piece. But before I get into today's episode, it's time for comment of the day. And I'm trying to think I should call this question of the day versus comment of the day because I have another question again. And the question comes from Trey Miller. And Trey asks, up until now, if you had to make a crew of 6 people from One Piece, including yourself, who would you choose? And I feel like to answer this question, you first have to decide, do you want to focus your team or crew around strength, or do you want to focus your crew around vibes? And I was leaning more towards vibes. Naturally, I can make like a strong team with like, Mihawk, Shanks, Zoro, Ace, and Luffy. OP team, no one's really going to be able to stop us. But how well do all those people mesh together? How well would the missions go? Or I guess there's not really missions, but how well would just the journey go for a long period of time? I don't know. So that's why I leaned more towards who would I want to be on a journey for an extended period of time with. So who would I want as a crew? So my first mate, hands down, easily choice, no doubt, Chopper. Who's going to be my navigator would be Paula. And I want Paula, not Miss Doublefinger. So I want her when she was in the bar before we found out she was Miss Doublefinger and she was like playing that, nice music. Hell, she can even be my musician if she wants to, but Miss Paula, not Miss Doublefinger. And then my cook, I want my cook to be Bellamere. I don't know if she's a good cook. I think we only saw her cook once and she tried her best, I think, in the scene that we saw her in. I'm not gonna lie, the reason I'm picking her, I'm gonna be more of like a Sanji in this aspect where she's a nice piece of eye candy. It's too good of an opportunity to pass up. So that's why she's gonna be my cook. My doctor is then gonna be Dr. Luke. Naturally, Chopper could be my doctor, but I don't want him focused on that. I want him focused as being my first mate, my best friendo. He can be a doctor and do doctor stuff if he wants, but that's not his main priority. The priority of doctor is going to be Dr. Luke, and he's also, they call him a quote-unquote quack, so I feel like his goofiness could also be the quote-unquote comic relief of the group. And then lastly, I would need muscle, and I'm not sure who I'd pick for my muscle. I'm kind of torn between Ace and Zoro. I'm leaning more towards Zoro just because, like yesterday, how I'd answered what type of fighter I would be a swords person. I think it would be very cool for me and Zoro, like if we were like in like a group fight, to basically be able to like interchange our swords between each other. Basically, instead of Zoro having like a three style sword type technique, he'd basically have a 5 style because I myself would carry 2 swords. And basically, like, if me and him were fighting, let's say like I could throw my sword like at an enemy, it sticks him, and then Zoro, recognizes it, able to grab the sword out of the guy and then use it in his attack, and he's now rocking 4 swords. And then, he is able to then get his sword back to me so I can have 2 swords. Sort of like that, I think would be a cool aspect to have. So I'm leaning more towards Zoro for my muscle. But yeah, that was a very good question, Trey. I'm curious as to what you guys would choose for your crew. So up until now, what 5 crew members would you guys choose for your team? Let me know in the comments down below. And then before we get into today's video, this is just a daily reminder that this is not a market substitute. You should always support the official release. Tis but a flesh wound. Alabarna. Why the fuck is the first time I'm hearing that? Hmm? Okay, so it's a city in Alabasta. Okay. What does she mean, save them?
バナナワニの巣に。
誰？バナナからワニが生えてるぞ。なんなのあのバカでかいワニ。ここは水の中の部屋だったのか。変なバナナだ。バカだな、よく見ろ。あれワニからバナナが
What banana are they talking about? In no way is he going after a key. It smelled it. Like, what? Like, this tastes...
うっかり鍵を落としたばっかりに悪かったな。しかもドイツが鍵を飲み込んだのか分かりゃしねえ。
この檻の鍵さえ開けばあんな爬虫類。
バカだなゾロ。その鍵が壊れたから出られないんじゃないか。
分かってるよ、そんなことは。
なおこの部屋はこれから1時間かけて自動的に消滅する。
Okay, thank you. I was like, how? What does he mean by saving them? They're not in imminent danger.
じきに水が入り込み、ここはレインベースの湖に沈む。罪なき100万人の国民か、先のねたった4人の海賊団か、ギャンブルは好きかね。この国には実にバカが多くて仕事がしやすかった。若い反乱軍やユバの穴掘りじじいしかりだ。
なんだと？カラガラのおさんのことが。
聞くが麦わらのルフィ、砂嵐ってやつがそう何度もうまく町を襲うと思うか。
Oh my god, just give me the fucking information. I'm tired of being confused. Like, it...
お前がやったのか。
Oh, okay, I suspected that. I just thought it was something way more complicated. I don't think you have it in you to actually kill someone. What was that for, Miss Sunday? What? Not even close. Oh my god, dude, can you just stick with one plan and fucking stick with it? Like, if you're gonna
That's what she said!
ちょっと見て、窓の外。あいつら順番待ちしてるぜ。
完全に餌扱いだな。
俺たちみんな1時間後には奴の腹の中かよ。
See, like, was this part of his plan the whole time? Then, like, why even tease the whole you can save them? And I don't know. I just like he's changing his plan all the time. Where's Pell? Can we have Pell come back and help us? Is that like a cell phone transponder?
聞こえてますか？
ええ、聞こえてるわ。ミリオンズね。
おい、これ通じてんのか？
あ？
おい、さっさと要件を言え。何があった？
ああ、その声聞いたことあるぜ。
Is that Sanji? That's what it sounds like, but I don't think it
毎
is.
度こちらクソレストラン。
Has Sanji not been in the cage with us this whole time?
えい、毎度。
Oh my god, I'm a... Holy sh... Oh my god, I am so mad at myself. Where has Sanji been this whole time though? He was with Vivi. He said Vivi go on ahead. I guess he never did meet up with us.
俺が俺はミスタープリンス。
Prince Charming.
今どこにいる？
そりゃ言えねえな。やすやすと情報をやるほど俺はバカよ。お前と違ってな、ミスター2。そばにいるみたいだな、うちのクルーたちは。じゃあ俺はこれから。手こずらせやがって。
そこはどこだ？場所を言え。
レインベースにあるレインディナーズというカジノの正面ゲートです。
Who else could be helping Sanji at this point right now? What is Usopp doing?
そうだ、あいつが今のでくたばったとも思えねえ。ビビがあいつを解放できれば。外にはチョッパーもいるんだもん。どうにかなるかも。
Like there has to be somebody else. There's...
そんなに仲間が好きなら揃って仲良くここで死にゃいいだろう。じきに水はワニの餌場を埋め尽くし、この部屋を沈め始める。なんなら生意気なミスタープリンスもここへ運んでやる。死体でよけりゃな。
He is a very annoying character.
おい見ろ、クロコダイルさんだ。
本当素敵、本物よ。
なかなか店内に顔出さない。
Damn, y'all people are literally so naive.
相変わらずの人気ね。今までずっと助けてもらったんじゃない。見殺しになんてしてたまるもんか。やった、逃れたわ。みんなもう少しだけ我慢してて。必ず助けを呼んでくるから。私は絶対にみんなを見捨てたりしない。
Okay, you don't need to promise. I didn't think you were going to.
これは一体どういうことだ？何が起きた？おい！
ミスタープリンスと名乗る男に
捕らえたんじゃなかったのか。そいつはどこへ行った？ん？あいつか。ザコがどれから逃げ切れると思うなよ。
放っておけば。
黙る。今までも全員殺してきたんだ。
そんな外へ出られないの？
出られないんじゃねえよ。バロックワークスがここへ戻ってこられないさ。今チョッパーがおとりになって街を逃げ回ってる。
Okay, I feel like you have to have somebody else in on this. Who was else talking on the transponder?
場所を教えてくれるかい？
Ooh, the glasses! Alrighty, well that was it for episode 108 of One Piece, and I'm just gonna apologize now for me hating on Croc this episode. I know I was saying like, oh my god, his plan keeps changing, and it didn't really necessarily change. I just hated that whole, like, he did like the classic villain thing where it's like, oh, I'm gonna give you a chance to escape, when in reality they had no no plans on letting us escape. They plan on killing us right from the get-go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was just like, oh, I'm gonna drop the key into that tank and let you go in there and try to save them, or do you want to save the people? And then he went ahead and let in the alligator to eat Vivi. Like, dude, if you're gonna do that right from the get-go, then fucking do that. I just got very annoyed by that, so I apologize if that took away from my reaction, but I'll try to do better in the future. What really upsets me this episode, though, is my sheer dumbness in not recognizing that Sanji wasn't there. The only excuse I have in my defense is that Sanji isn't an outspoken character when girls aren't involved. Like, unless Nami and Vivi are saying something and then Sanji does his like little loving act, he's a very quiet character. He's like in the background. I will forget he's there unless the girls say something. He does his little aspect. I always forget Sanji's there, so I shouldn't have forgot that he's in the cage. It's pretty obvious that he wasn't in the cage, but how I missed it, I don't know. And I feel like when he was talking on that transponder, they did that shot, that didn't sound like Chopper's voice. So I want to know what happened on that phone call where they did that. Was it a pretend shot, or did he actually get shot? I feel like there has to be somebody else aside from Chopper involved in this. And I would say it's Smoker's like second in command, that Taki or whatever, but that the voice was a male, it wasn't a girl. So I wonder what she's up to, if she's part of this plan or not. I don't know, but things are getting complicated now, so hopefully I don't get too lost. But I do appreciate you guys sticking around and watching this reaction. It's been real, it's been fun, it has been real fun. Later on.